Alright, happy Saturday, 12/7, Pearl Harbor Day. And I just wanted to say, if you haven't already, check out the Hospital Robbie video from today. It's a fun little adventure at the other hospital, different wing, going into some different little places in there, if you're into that kind of thing. So that's today's, that was today's adventure, but we have another one coming up. Last night's feature presentation, so XmasFest 2024. General Peters presents Go Tell It on the Video Store Rooftop. XmasFest 2024, last night's feature presentation. Looking for a Tannenbaum to Steal 2022. Starring General Peters and Mel Kiper. This is the first time I've watched this since the premiere release of it. It was produced and directed and filmed by General Peters as well. This was the first Christmas tree heist video. It was at Bear Scott Stadium. It's kind of boring, I will say. Like, normally I would say, check it out. Make sure, if you haven't seen it already, watch it. It's a little boring, especially the first half. The video lasts 20. It was just under 29 minutes. And then last night I had to chop out about a minute of it. There's about a minute where I put the camera in my pocket without pausing it. So I trimmed out that part instead of leaving it in. There was no need to have that part in there. So it's just under 28 minutes if you want to check it out on the Frank Addington channel. I'm not a big fan of the title of it, but there it is. Searching for a Tannenbaum to Steal. There's a lot of, there was a part one to this where I was getting the rocks for to support the tree, and then but this video starts off after getting the rocks, putting them into the trunk, and then looking for the tree. Now, I forgot that I was looking at a tree on the Bear Scott Stadium track, but there was a county truck parked on the track, so there was a little bit of a conflict there at the beginning. And then there's a lot of boring, like walking through the woods and looking around, and it's not edited very well. Maybe I should just edit some of that out, I don't know, but it's a lot of meandering, and the camera resolution is not very good. But if you like kind of just a woods atmosphere and that kind of thing, then this is for you. But the second half, it gets a little better. Once I find the tree, which is further out, it's like near a path way off of Bear Scott Stadium, but in the college campus area. It gets pretty good from there, getting the lop and shears. I thought I filmed the cut pretty well. I got a nice shot of that. And then there's some nice little suspense sequence where there's a guy parked in the same parking lot where I am. So he's kind of preventing me from dragging the tree out. He's got his dog in there, and it's pretty nice suspense going on there. And then stuffing the tree into the trunk. There's a bigger tree than I remember. That was a big tree. It's like the cedar parts are like billowing out of my trunk. But one thing that I got a little bit of a jolt from seeing was the tree on Bear Scott Stadium. I did come back and look at it just to check it out. And it happens to be, that was the tree that I got in 2023. So you see it in 2022, it's a little smaller. So it's kind of cool that I was eyeing that a year before snagging it in 2023, which was very easy. It was a very easy snag, and that's a separate video. But that's cool to see. And I think my favorite part of this movie is a part that I forgot about, is at the very end when General Peters takes his full extra large Popeyes plastic cup with lid full with iced tea and flings it out the window. You just see it splatter while driving. That's probably the last like 4 minutes of this video are really good. So it's Searching for a Tannenbaum to Steal 2022, starring General Peters and Mel Kiper. I put his name in there because there's a part where I'm driving to get closer to the tree, to the cedar tree, and you hear Mel Kiper on the radio talking about the Eagles, I think, and who they're going to draft in the 2023 draft. And he said something about how, Jalen Hurts is really good. That happened to be the year that Jalen Hurts took the Eagles to the Super Bowl and almost won it. Could have been MVP that game. So I added Kiper to the thing, and there's also the guy. There's the man in the parking lot. Of course, I don't know his name, but I would have added him if I knew his name, asking his name. So, all right, tonight's feature presentation. Definitely got to go with a full lengther. Got to go with something I've seen many times before. I don't know what yet, but got to do something. Get into XmasFest with a classic. Hey, they got the Goochland sign there decorated. All right, but for now, we're gonna head out to look for a Christmas tree to snag, and not going to Bear Sky Stadium for this. I did see one possibility, but I think this will be a more fun adventure to do this. Look for a tree here, and so there's a little more privacy. I think today there's not going to be any events going on. It's a cold Saturday, no soccer, I hope. And then we're just going to go through some of these wooded areas, look for a good cedar tree, and I have a good feeling there's going to be something here to steal. There's a lot of area to scope, and so I'm going to try to edit this well and not make it a boring video, and I hope we're going to snag a good Christmas tree this year. All right, check it out. Today we have a lot of college ball going on, boys. We got some big tournaments, conference tournaments. We got Penn State, and oh my gosh, there's a tree right there. Holy mother of God. All right, it looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to be the one, but wow. I'm already seeing trees I can snag, boys. I have a good feeling about today. All right, so we got Penn State and Oregon, a big one. And then we got number 5 and number 2, Andy's Bulldogs. Taking on Andy's Bulldogs, number 5, taking on number 2 Texas Longhorns. That's going to be a big one. I hope that's the night game. I'm not sure. Division 3 tournament, round 3, boys. Are you ready for this? Carnegie Mellon taking on Johnny Boys, Mount Union, Purple Raiders. Let's go Raiders. And from Virginia, the Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets will be taking on Maryland's Salisbury. All right, so a couple of big, interesting games going on. D3 tournament. Tomorrow we have the NFL Week 14 continuing. A couple of biggies. The Rams Bills is pretty big. All right, so be ready for that. Seahawks Cardinals is important. We got a couple other important ones. So, all right, guys. Chargers and Chiefs is going to be big in AFC West. All right, guys. This is where we're going today, and I'll do a separate video for the snag, I hope.